Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? Nowhere to go, so far from home. Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? So I break these walls and hold my head up high, and I stand my ground until the day I die. As the rain falls down, there's no more tears to cry, tears to cry. So I break these walls and hold my head up high. No, I'm not giving in. No, I'm not giving in.
Hey everybody, this is Dutchess, and let me take this one down. I didn't realize that I still had this up. I was having some technical difficulties. I had to come over and get some of this stuff uploaded that I didn't have. We're going to talk about this phone record right here in just a few minutes. I see a lot of great people in the chat right now. I want to thank y'all so much for being here. My name is Dutchess, and this is where we talk about true crime and missing cases. And of course, tonight is Sunday, October the 15th, and we're going to be talking about missing Tyler Doyle. We are seeking justice for Tyler Doyle and asking for anybody who has any information about what happened that day with Tyler Doyle to please come forward and speak to the family about anything that they know. I want to welcome you all here tonight. I'm going over here on my phone. But first things first, let's introduce Miss AJ, Always Something, my very special guest that is here to always talk about these live streams with me. How are you doing, AJ?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Hey, everybody.
Y'all give some hearts and prayer hands to Miss AJ and welcome her in here. I see a lot of my mods in here. Hey, Alpaca Maid, Michelle. It's good to see you. Hey, Chase and Justice. I'm so glad to see you here. Hey, Annabella. Who else do we got here? Just trying to go back through my comments right now.
Nightbot's in here too.
I know Hurricane Camille came tonight, and Nightbot loves her, and she feeds him candy, and maybe he's going to behave. We're running a little test with Nightbot tonight. I gave my members and my moderators some special things to drop in the chat because me and Nightbot had a long conversation today, and I tried to do some updates. So if you see Nightbot dropping some links, hopefully it's because he's doing his job, and if he starts whacking people, then I'm going to give him a punch per the Duke. I just want to welcome all the members in here. We have a new member. I'm going all the way back up here to the top. J.A. Baker, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. AJ, I'm getting a little bit of feedback on your microphone.
What about
will you check it again on your settings?
Okay. Are you still getting it?
Yeah, like when I'm talking. Try it. Let me try it now. No, I don't. Well, it's a little bit. I don't know what it is. Can y'all hear it in the chat, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Want to say hey to the members. Hey, Cam Shaft. Hey, Kevin Franks. Thank you so much for being here. Can y'all hear me okay? Hey, Miranda Rabin. Allie, so good to see you. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Roxy and Kim. Tracy. B. Brooke Page, Miranda, thank you for being here, Miranda, and thank you for reaching out to me. We'll definitely set something up. I think I'm going to have Miss Miranda as a special guest on my channel to talk about some things that she's been going through. So y'all be staying tuned for that. Hey, Miss Callie and Alpaca Maid, good to see you. Hey, Sarah. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Hey, Donna, Michelle, and Rosie. I really appreciate y'all being here. Hey, Brooke, so good to see you. Hey, Beverly. Hey, Cassanne. We have a few things to talk about tonight. Hey, Tony. Hey, Misty. Hey, Deborah. Welcome, welcome. So nice to see you. Hey, Karen and Leanna. Hey, Shayla. You know, there was something that reminds me seeing Shayla's name. If y'all were over in the group, then y'all know that this is our admin team right here. We have Miss Ella and Miss Charlotte and Mr. Darren and Miss Amber. We have Miss Cassie, Mr. Dwayne, and Miss Shayla. And these people right here, teamwork makes the dream work. And I just want to give them a shout out tonight, because we have over 9,000 people in our group, guys. For Tyler,
we're almost at 10,000. Yeah, we're almost at 10.
Well, we're almost at 10, and AJ, I'm really proud of all the work that you've done. The group is growing, and it's such an amazing thing when you work together with people. And
and we have
want to give y'all and the group like a shout out, you know, because that is a great achievement, y'all. That's incredible. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. And we have some of the best admins and mods. Like, they really stay on top of things.
All right, we're going to test Nightbot right now by asking Nightbot to clap. And look, it works. And by the way, anybody in the chat can use the exclamation point clap. So if you want to try it right now, you can do it. There are certain Nightbot things that I have set to just members, and I did drop that in the public chat in Discord. And so if you see some members dropping some stuff, if you try it, you know, you'll be able to see. I think the Tyler Doyle petitions, which Michelle can let you know what those are in the Nightbot terms. you guys can drop those. Members can drop those during a live stream. I'm giving you guys exclusive ability to drop those petitions if you want to. You don't have to, but we're doing a test run here. We're trying out some new things. Thank you, Camille. Camille just dropped exclamation point TD1, and that is going to be the petition. Listen, teamwork makes the dream work, guys. You know, and there's people out there that want to help. Like, that help. You don't know how much that helps, because we do need people to sign these petitions. So I just, you know, I want you guys to feel like you're helping, and like, everybody loves to participate. I do. When I'm in chats, I love to participate. So, and it'll only let you do it so many times. So if you guys that are posting it like one after another, like, only the members can post the link. So if it doesn't work for you, then it's not going to let you post it. But we don't want to spam the chat with it. So y'all don't be doing it too much, but we're doing a test run to make sure that Nightbot is following instructions. So before we got started, I just had to give Nightbot a little, you know, test to make sure that we were all good. So I appreciate y'all testing that out for me. So it helps make the mod job easier, you know, to let the Nightbot do it. So I just had to make sure that's working good. So thanks y'all for participating and helping me with that. So hey Christine, it's good to see you. Hey Hannah. So the first thing, what do you want to start out with tonight, AJ? Because there is a lot. Hey, MJ5.
I think we should probably just jump into getting this, because there's so much going on in the group about the same subject. Let's just clear the air on these phone records. I mean, it is what it is. It's,
yeah,
you see it in black and white.
Well, let's talk about these phone records then. Actually, wait, I just want to say hey to everybody. I've had a couple of trolls that said your emoji is fake and that's not what you look like.
Dutchess is really Dutchess, you guys. That's who she is.
This is me, y'all. I know it's not the best looking thing ever, but I am my emoji. That is my face. It's me. I just wanted to clear the air on that. Does anybody have any questions about that? Because I'm not going to put up with craziness. So thank you, Brooke. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. Hey, Jason. I don't know. I get weird messages. And I would
have to say that's probably one of the weirdest, because anybody can go. I mean, everybody knows you. People have seen your face. I mean, you did the visual. It was on the news.
Yeah, I was on the TV. I mean, if you don't know what I look like, then I just wanted you to know this is me. So thank you. So I look exactly the same. Hey, single mom, thank you so much for being a member. So you know what? I need to go ahead and get that out of the way, because we had a new member in the beginning, J.A. Baker. Thank you so much for becoming a member. So I know, did you like your photos, Allie? Oh, Christine, thank you. I just wanted to get that out of the way, because I get some very strange comments and then I have to delete them because it makes me feel weird about myself. And I don't want y'all to think that like this is robot Dutch. This is not a glitch. Like, it's me, y'all. I promise. I promise. There's no filters on this. Is it. This is what it is. So, okay, now that we got that out of the way, let me go and play this real quick for my wonderful members that joined. I will add y'all to my little intro the next time that I go live. I will add that. my Doberman just joined me, so she must have got some chicken from Daddy. Did you get some chicken, baby? You. Oh, thank you for the kisses.
Lay down.
Yep, you gotta lay down, puppy. We're fixing to get into some serious business right now for the members. Okay. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. Okay. Yes, Petra's in the house. Thank y'all so much for becoming a member. And thank you, Taylor Lee, for becoming a member. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to get over here to the phone records. Yeah, because this was really, really interesting, AJ. I saw the video in the group.
Yeah, I was a little mad. Sorry, you guys, but yeah, I was a little mad, and I had like 2.5 pots of coffee because I was a little mad.
2.5 pots of coffee?
Oh yeah, within like 2 hours, literally.
That sounds dangerous. Oh
It
my
probably
goodness.
was, but I needed to go through the rest of them to verify what I was seeing.
Yes. So walk me through this particular page that we're looking at right now.
Okay, so everybody knows, and for those that don't, these records are not the records from logging into AT&T and looking at the phone bill, which I can do, but that's not what this is from. There was some confusion said in the past couple of days about these records being FOIA'd. No, they didn't get FOIA'd. What happened is Ronnie Floyd, the lead investigator, out of the blue, just popped up to Miss Linda's house and left them with Mr. Ricky. Had no clue any of that was going to happen, but it's what happened. So I'm going through and I'm looking at the records. This is a printout. The originating number versus the terminating number. It's who called who. The problem is, again, I have access to Tyler's phone account, and we all know what calls are on Christian Holden's phone account. There's a 27-minute call on Christian's, and it matches on Tyler's as well. Well, the problem is it's not here. If you look at these calls on the date and the time, it's missing. That makes me second guess any of these records, because first of all, I don't understand how he got the records. He didn't subpoena them. I don't know how he got them. They were searched for on the 6th, per the date on this document. But yet, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and saying, oh, well, maybe he requested them and maybe it just took that long to get them. Well, no, because he put his own statement out on the 13th, and he says that the reason he's saying no foul play is due to these records. So can't give him the benefit of the doubt there. But I can tell you this, he didn't delete them. He didn't delete those calls from all the records, because the other one you have shows the call.
Right.
Everything else on this right here that you're showing on the screen matches up with Tyler's real phone bill. I've logged in and checked it one by one. Every bit of it matches up. The only part that is different is this gives you the amount of seconds the person was on the conversation. However, AT&T on a phone bill rounds it up to minutes. So if it says 1 minute and 10 seconds here, it's going to say 2 minutes on the phone bill. But the call's not even on this thing. Where's the 27-minute phone call? And what is the point of altering that? Why take that out? Because it had to be removed.
So this other screenshot that we have right here.
Make it make
Does
sense.
this have the 27-minute phone call on it?
It sure does. 26 minutes and 4 seconds. Look at number, I believe that's 63 and 64. They all print double, so it wasn't 2 phone calls, you guys. It just prints double for whatever reason. So
Um,
yeah, 26 minutes and 4 seconds. Now look at the date and time. Look at the calls before and after, Dutchess. And then go back to the other sheet. The ones that are before and after show on the other sheet. Why the hell does this one not show?
now
Why is it
I can't
every
really see it very good on this screen. Can y'all see it? Like which number is it? If I'm looking at it, I'm trying to
there's the
enlarge
first
my
two,
screen.
there's the first 2, then there's the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th that is for 11 seconds, and then the very next 2 is to Christian Holden.
And it looks like 24 minutes and 4 seconds.
It's 26. 26
I was
minutes.
26. Okay, see, it's blurry for me. And that's not on this other page here, though.
Well, do you see it? Because I don't.
No, I don't know.
It's
There
not
was
there.
a huge controversy in the chat, because everybody's trying to find this call, but
'Cause
this
it ain't
is
there.
indeed right here where that call takes place.
And let's just look at this. Let's look at before that, the call to ends in 52. I think that says 52. No, the call is 4072, I believe. I can't really see it. It's blurry on my end too. Let's see.
I think it's
there we go.
5274.
No, 5276 is Christian.
Oh,
The
5276, excuse me.
And the one above that is also Christian for 11 seconds. So all 4 of these after the first 4 numbers are Christian. See, Tyler called him for 11 seconds, and then he called Tyler back for 26 minutes and 4 seconds. Now, does everybody see this 9051 right underneath this of Christian? The very next one after the 26? Y'all see the 9051 number? That's 0.08 seconds. I bet you that's on that other one. I bet you the 4070 for 17 seconds is on the other one too. So why remove the calls with Christian? Can you put the other one up?
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm just mind blown because people were like, that call doesn't exist. Where's the 27-minute call? Well, y'all, there it is. That's why I wanted to make sure that we, walk this through because it really doesn't make sense. I'm gonna call my uncle who used to work for AT&T, and I'm gonna ask him to explain it to me because I want to hear from someone who's an engineer that worked for
Y'all
them
see this
since
call
80.
right here, the 4070? If you look for the 17 seconds, it's there. The 9051, which is the misdialed number of his friend, it's there. There's nothing in between though. It goes from the 4070 number to the 9051. Can we switch back to the other page, Dutchess?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, here we have it. There's that 9051, number 65. And there's that 4070, that's number 60. And there's Christian Holden's calls in between, but they're not on that record. Make it make sense. Somebody had to have deleted it because it's not going to delete itself.
Let me go over here to the chat on my phone. Let's see here.
How could it be altered?
Hey, Aiden Thomas. It's so good to see you.
Hi, Aiden.
Kimberly says, are the BT calls on there?
The BT calls.
I guess that would be Brandon Tyler.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah,
even the wrong number now, they're there.
Okay.
They sure are.
F-Bomb Mom says, how could this be altered, though? That's what I want to know. Why? Because you see it here. The call is included. Why is it not included on the wire line for the other one? This is the mobility with the cell location, and you see.
Because I don't think that Ronnie Floyd realized that there's more than one part when it comes to phone calls. And another one of these documents, let me tell y'all something. If y'all think all of these documents that he handed to Miss Linda came from AT&T, you are sadly mistaken, because AT&T is not going to have a map in there with a pinpoint drop in the wrong place, mind you, saying Tyler Doyle's boat went down. AT&T don't know that. They're not going to include that. But when he handed over these documents, he claimed they were all from AT&T. BS. No, they weren't.
Deborah Edge said, are there line numbers missing on the wireline spreadsheet versus the other one? Is there a total number of lines in the whole first spreadsheet, 2 lines different? That's a fair question.
That's a fair question. Except for the problem is there's not as many on this one as there is on the other one. If you look, the format is different, so there's not as many numbers listed.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's also interesting. Notice the top, how it's crooked. To me, that looks like, but the line is straight. To me, that looks like straight up, and then the missing digits for the originating account. You see how those numbers are missing right there? To me, that's just somebody copied and pasted. They used a Photoshop, they used whatever. They pasted that top because that top is clearly crooked. If you look at that bottom line where it says AT&T queued the records for Eastern Time Zone, AT&T's records, that is going upwards in a slant. Not to mention the AT&T proprietary word at the very, very bottom is not centered in the middle of the page. It just doesn't make sense. Somebody erased those calls.
Yeah. Hey, everybody coming in. I appreciate you joining the conversation. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for all of your comments. I mean, I do go back and look at them, and I make little notes and, you know, research theories and things like that. So,
well,
you know,
let's see, Dutchess. It says there's 38 right here. And, and people are saying, well, maybe it's data or maybe it's data and not SMS. No, that's not the case. Look at the very top where it says voice usage 4. Right underneath the line at the very top before the number starts, it says voice usage 4. And then it says Tyler's number. It says the same thing on the other page. So it's voice usage. So why does it not match? See? Voice usage. Why don't it match?
I can't explain it, but that's why I'm going to call my uncle. He's, you know, he's an engineer, but I'm assuming he understands how AT&T works. I mean, he worked for them for almost 30 years.
I just can't find a reason since all the rest of them are there.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Welcome, Sarah Wood, to Analyzer. And I just want to also thank, let me go back up here. Taylor Lee, we did get you in there, but there was somebody else. Debbie Wyatt. Debbie, thank you for joining the Analyzer. You know, I mean, Michelle just said, I have at least 3 programs that I could alter this with, and you would never be able to tell.
I'm in the process of doing that right now. Right now.
Somebody said it looks like it was copied onto an AT&T header. I mean, I'm not an expert necessarily, but it's interesting to have all of this data, but that piece is not like missing from the top or bottom. You know, it's missing out of the very center. So I just wonder if there's a reason that it's on one and not the other that can be explained. And that's what I'm going to set out to find out from my end, while y'all set out on your mission to find out if it can be altered. You know, because we have to look at all possibilities that, you know, that it may mean something. So it's good to know. That's why I want to, you know, dive into that, because that phone call matters. I can't imagine that AT&T left it off. But is there a reason that it's on one sheet and not the other? I can't say. I mean, this actually has latitude and longitude with it, versus on this sheet, it's just the list of numbers. I don't know what that means. Is it not tracking his latitude and longitude with every phone call? Is that why there's more numbers on this, and that these particular times that were calls, it actually tracked his location.
So why wouldn't it track? Why wouldn't it track it? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because why wouldn't it track it?
I mean, who knows? I don't understand how, the tracking particularly works, when you're roaming on mobile data. So that's why I want to call my great uncle, which is my dad's uncle. But
Well, how long have we been talking about this? For what? Maybe 5 minutes, if that.
yeah.
Okay, so let me send this to you real quick.
The 5 canes. I don't know why Ronnie Floyd would do this. I mean, I don't have a reason. But you do have to say that. And Camille's got a question for you too. Are you talking about? Is it on this one, Camille? On this page right here that I have up? Because I've missed a few comments. But Camille says, "What does line number 4 and line number 34 look different, AJ?"
Line number 4 and 34 on this sheet right here.
Line number 4, you see here, it's got this.
Yeah. So, from my understanding, are you talking about?
And then line 34. Well, I don't have the 34 sheet.
There's not a 34 on this sheet, so it has to be. Okay,
Oh,
she's
right
talking
here.
about
Yeah, on the same sheet, 34 down here.
Yeah. So
that's a good question, Camille.
Yeah, the secondary number is, from my understanding, they were involved in the call somehow, which is really weird to me since there's one of these that happens days after Tyler went missing, and it shows Tyler's number as the secondary number, and it's only there one time. All I know from the data that AT&T said on their instruction sheet is that the call involved that number. If you was to call 911 and get the record, like the actual data records like this, it's going to show the 911, but it's going to show the secondary originating number also, as to where it will just show 911 on the phone bill. However, this isn't 911, so I'm still in the air about that. It's some type of call from somebody, but it's not a text message because we're on a voice usage, unless he covered those calls up by using data from. See, that's something we need to look at, because this is the same number that's on a text message also.
Interesting. Miranda, thank you for becoming a member to the Internet Investigator. I appreciate you so very much.
So I just sent you this, Dutchess. I'm
Okay.
sending it, and it's.
Are you sending it on Messenger?
Yeah. You want me to send it some other way?
No, just send it on Messenger.
This is actually, just since we've been talking, just now, I did this.
That first page is fake because the T is missing, Deborah Hamilton says.
Oh, wait, what?
You mean on this page right here? It's just because I cropped it. I mean, this is a screenshot that I took of what she sent me so I could fit it on the screen. Is that what you mean? Because I cropped the T. I did that, but I've got the original format, and there's nothing missing on it.
Okay.
Yeah, the sheet does it. Yeah, the sheet does have it. Do we know if Ronnie Floyd's connected to his family? I think somebody tried to go down that rabbit hole one time, and I mean, I don't know.
I don't know why it just did that. Hold on, Dutchess.
Okay.
Yeah, I did find there's somebody named Maria apparently that is now a Holden that used to be a Floyd.
Interesting.
And she does show up on Floyd's tree. Which, I mean, I don't know how much that really means. I just know that he had Christian Holden saved in his phone by his first name. Okay, there it is.
Was it a 3-party call? That's interesting. Didn't think of that.
I mean, it's possible, but I just don't see how that same number would show up.
I'll ask my uncle that question too. And you know, he's my great uncle, so he's older, and I did try to call him, and he was at church. So I'm just gonna have to, you know, it's Sunday. I'm not gonna bother him. I'm gonna
Right.
call him this week though. I'm gonna call him tomorrow and see. I don't know if he'll come up on the live stream or anything, but you know, I'll get the information. I'm going to ask him all of these questions. So I think that's why I thought it was really important we talk about this.
Well, just in the amount of time that we started talking about this, I already sent you an edited version. And that's how quick and easy it would be to do.
Okay, hang on. So I'm looking. All right. So this particular set that you sent me, the very first picture, did you take, is that what you took out?
I just copied that from the bottom and pushed it up. It was that easy.
Okay, let me share my screen. Hang on. I don't remove myself. About remove myself from the live stream, y'all. I'll tell you. Okay, so she basically sent me like this set right here of information.
So that 9150 and that 1897 for 23 seconds, that's basically, I just pushed all that up. That's how easy it is, like, to just.
And then she just sent it back to me like this. Like, can y'all tell anything's been altered on it? Because I can't.
But if you look at the original, it's not going to match. If you look at the original first one you just showed, it won't match. Because I just altered it. And that's how quick and easy it's done. Photoshop is an amazing piece of software for those that don't know.
Okay. I'm anxious to know the answers to these questions.
Yeah, me too. So, but again, I have the full record, and AT&T is absolutely not going to put a map in those phone records with a pin that says Tyler's Doyle boat went down here. It's just not going to happen. I don't care what nobody says. How the hell would AT&T know? That's not what they're not. Their job is not to create maps. The records were requested. They do a search. That's it. They pull them. They send them. That's it.
Welcome, Miranda. Thank you for joining. You upgraded your membership to Internet Investigator. I'm so glad. And remember, if you guys want to join Discord, those links are on the community wall on my YouTube page only to get in over there. So just wanted to remind you guys of that while we're talking. Yeah, I'm going to call my uncle tomorrow, and I'm going to ask him to see if we can get any information to find out about that. I do want to share something with y'all really quick, something that I was just fiddling around with today. Also, Michelle, I'm going to post something that you shared. I hope it's okay, because I feel like that it's really important. Hey, New Star Homestead, I'm so glad to see you. Floyd had long enough to fix the phone records. He sure did. He sure did. Because those records were dated 2/6. And when he talked to Miss Linda on the phone, he had those records. And she asked him about records, and he did not say one word. So this is how my day started out. I started out making this prompt when I was thinking about making a timeline, and I was
I'm
like,
not trying to be funny, but he just looks weird. There's just something about this man that just screams corrupt. And I don't know what it is, but I swear it does.
Basically, this first one reads, South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, District 4, lead investigator, South Carolina DNR, over Tyler Doyle missing case, January 26, 2023, did not allow Brad to dive on the sonar image, said DNR would dive, but they never came, waited 3 days, said it was not Tyler Doyle.
So now my question is, if he said it was not Tyler Doyle, so when do we as a society, as a community, just start leaving bodies that we find down there because it's not Tyler Doyle? He didn't say it's not a body. He said it's not Tyler Doyle. So when, as a society, as law enforcement, why was it not sent down to make sure it's not somebody else's family member? He didn't say it's a tree. He didn't say it's a log. He didn't say it's a boat sunk. He just said it's not Tyler Doyle. Apparently, even if I'm not mistaken, Miss Newhart Newhome said last time on the last live that the other chief investigator from the other department said that it did look like a body. So we're just leaving people at the bottom of the ocean now? That's what the society is doing? That's what we've turned into? Yeah, no, that's not right.
So the next point said Brad Smith did not give him an SD card with sonar images on it in person on the final day of the search. Will not return SD card to Brad Smith with Wings of Hope, nor release those photos in the FOIA. Told the family Tyler drowned and was dead 2 weeks after Tyler went missing in a Little River Inlet. Tyler has never been found. Did not release official phone data records. Instead, released edited phone records from C. Holden in the FOIA. Obtained official AT&T phone records for Tyler Doyle on 2/6/23, but did not disclose this information to Linda Doyle, Tyler's grandmother, via phone call after she asked about them after 2/6/23. Stated LD's behavior isn't odd and she is just young and don't know what she's doing. Disrespected Danny Jewell by not allowing him to drag his nets for Tyler 3 days after the boat incident. DNR officers also threatened they may take Jewell's boat, issue a fine, and revoke his fishing license if he did it against their wishes. Oh, and yes, there is a number 3. Yeah, hold on to your hats. Did not set up a command center for Tyler's search and made Linda Doyle responsible for writing down every person's name who was out on the water searching for Tyler. Is a certified diver, but yet did not dive to find Tyler Doyle. Did not ask for people who found any evidence or belongings of Tyler Doyle to call them immediately so DNR can collect the items for further information and evidence, and allowed an unskilled young boater to conduct a major search effort with no SAR training and did not require him to report back to DNR or turn over any information or decoys found directly to the SCDNR. I digress.
I can't do nothing but laugh. Oh my gosh. When does it stop? And I hope he's not responsible for training anybody. Please, somebody tell me that he's not responsible for training anybody to take his place. Because that's scary.
Single mom, I've asked myself that so many times. If it's not Tyler, it's somebody.
That's somebody's loved one. That's somebody's who is missing somebody. Make that make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, a family could have closure. It doesn't matter how long it's been. That family is always going to be worried about their missing loved one. If the dogs hit on that location and you're a certified diver,
Not one dog, 2 dogs at 2 different times.
Hannah wants to know, did you get up with that attorney? I got to know.
She's talking about the one from Sellerstown. I don't know, but I'm sure they've realized by now that they definitely haven't stopped anything. If anything, it just pissed me off, and now we're just going to go harder and harder and harder. And tell them, learn how to spell ceased, because they did it all wrong.
Yeah, it's not ceased and desist. I just want to say that it is just cease, CEASE. And I feel like if you're a judge, you would definitely know how to spell cease. You would also have that injunction placed through the court in which you work out of, which is definitely not in Columbus County. So I don't even know where people got that from, because the Elizabeth lawyer that I know practices out of, I think it's Hoke and Moore County.
Yeah,
Which is not even close.
That's not the same person.
No, it's definitely not the same person. It's just,
and I hope it's not anyway, because that's a disgrace. The only part that I was confused about, which the Dutchess actually made it make sense, is I didn't understand why it said Sellerstown, but the postmark says Whiteville. But apparently Sellerstown doesn't have a post office.
That's exactly right. Yeah, a lot of the little small towns, they would defer to the bigger town for where the post office is. Now down here, I mean, I live in a small town, but we have our own post office. But out in the sticks, that's how it is, And it's just a bunch of farmland, up there. So, but I just thought that was really interesting, and I wanted you guys to remember that this is 3.
And we're not, I mean, there's going to be more than that.
There's going to be more. So, I'm just getting my list of things together, because these are all of the important things that we need to remember. And Michelle said this, which I had to share with y'all because I laughed way too hard.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Just be careful what you say. Don't make it threatening. Just ask them, because there's nothing they can do about it. And I will screen record it daily, because them deleting it is really making them look bad. Why not just answer it instead of delete it? What's the big deal? Your community that pays your paycheck wants to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Just answer it. But they're not going to do that.
Michelle, you keep it 100. I love you so much. They're deleting comments.
I love it. I love it.
I love her so much. She's the best, y'all.
Well, we're going to tackle the next one. I'm not even sure how to tackle this. The 321 phone call.
Okay.
We don't even really have to go into it. We can just, so there's a discrepancy that I'm getting. I've gotten probably, I haven't even counted
one, right?
On it. Matter of fact, that's a good question, because you know what? I don't see that one on there either. Wow, you just pointed that out, Dutchess. Make that make sense. Let me double check, because yeah, no.
Yeah, because when I was going over some of these, I mean, some of it just did not make sense. So if you have to send me one, I may have to have you mute out, and I'll mute out, and I'll upload it on my phone so I can share it from my StreamYard.
It's not on there, Dutchess. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Where is that? Makes sense.
Where's Reed's call to Tyler? Because it happened. It's not a lie. I checked. It really happened. And it's on another part. Why is it not on there?
Look, there's Matthew in the chat. Look, Matthew, do I look like my emoji? I just want to know. Just put a 1 in the chat if I do, and put a 2 in the chat if I don't. This
Yeah.
is important, y'all. Thank you, Matthew, for being here. Okay, guys.
Oh, you're not gonna find Lakeland's number nowhere after that phone call from Casey Tyler. So you can hang that one up. It ain't missing. It's just not there. It's not even on the actual phone bill. So you definitely not gonna find it on here.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't even understand why anybody would be surprised off that. Come on now, you guys. Y'all should know by now. We don't even need to go there because we all know if the emotion and the feeling and the worry ain't there, you can't force it to be there. That's just how that is. But I do have Reed's call to Tyler on another bill, and it does show the location at the time. I don't know if it was just possible that maybe Reed just misunderstood because the call is very short. I mean, I think it's like a minute, but when you actually look in the record, I think it ends up being shorter than that into the second. So I'm just thinking.
Is his call on these records though, on the mobility with cell location? That's the one where his call shows up, correct?
It does, and it shows. There's so many different ones. It happened at 3:21. So, wait, no, it's not. That is so weird. Why is that? See, there would be no reason to remove Reed's call, though. So that's got me second wondering, like.
That is so strange that these phone records that are supposed to be the official phone records don't even match up.
The dang thing is fake.
These are altered somehow. I mean, I cannot wait to talk to my uncle about this because it just does not make any sense. To me, it has to be altered, you know? And so when we're talking about the 3:25 phone call, guys, you know, we're talking about the phone call that Aiden spoke to us about. And basically Aiden said that Reed told him, you know, that he had called and he had spoke to Tyler. And refresh me, AJ, that call
he did.
He spoke to him.
He absolutely did. Actually, I have it right here. And so the coordinates, he did talk to him, but he must just have maybe, you know, when people go through tragedy, you guys, after it's passed and time has passed, some people can't remember. I know with the phone call of my husband's death, like I can't tell you, I don't even try to explain anything that happened before that because my mind is so mixed up from that tragic moment. But Tyler was not at the water when Reed called him because it shows his coordinates and he's literally still at Miss Linda's, which puts me in a whole nother realm of how on earth, if he's still at Miss Linda's at 3:25 p.m. per the coordinates of the phone records that the lead detective gave, then you're talking a 30-minute trip and a 30-minute trip through the jetties. How was he talking to Christian Holden without being side by side? Because their call started at 4:15.
And Bridget, that's exactly what AJ and I spoke about. She asked me, she was like, if you found out such and such, you know, what's the first thing you would do? I'd be like, I'd be calling my husband.
If anything, to make sure it's not a mistake. To make sure it's not, I mean, I know nobody be making sure it's not a joke because nobody would play a joke like, but to make sure that he hasn't already got himself to the shore or something, I would have called his phone for whatever reason. She didn't. Not once. And hasn't to this day.
Michelle. Sorry. Sorry.
I just realized who that was.
Sorry. Oh, Matthew, you're making me blush. Wait a minute. They need to put Ronnie in a mall somewhere. He sucks. my gosh, my side is hurting.
Oh my goodness.
That's perfect. Mall cop. Oh my God, I can't.
Oh
I
my
just,
goodness.
oh my gosh, I
You know
cannot.
what? That just ruined. That's going to be a new T-shirt. Watch.
And she will.
It just doesn't make sense. But like I said, I don't think it was. I think Reed just misunderstood, or however it may be. I don't know. But all I can tell y'all as fact is, per the records that Ronnie Floyd has turned over, saying that they are the official record, the coordinates that comes back to that phone call, he's literally not even 50 feet outside of Miss Linda's driveway. So he could not have been putting the boat in the water.
Sorry, but I had to do it. It was imperative to just have that moment.
Donna said he wouldn't even make a good mall cop.
Oh my gosh. Yes, for real, camshaft. I can't. It's just craziness, y'all. I mean, I just these phone records have really bothered me. And so, okay, and the reason that we're concerned about what Aiden told us is that he said that Reed said Tyler was putting his boat in the water at 3:25. Is it that's correct, right, Aiden?
Because he was saying that Reed knew that Tyler had really been there. I guess Aiden asked him if he thought Tyler was really there, and Reed's response, if I'm not mistaken, was, I know he was there. I was talking to him when he put his boat in the water. Now, Aiden, you can correct that if I'm wrong.
Hey, Crystal. So good to see you. I hope you're doing good. Wait a minute, Matthew. You know something about AT&T? You know how to read these papers? I need to know because I can't call my uncle till this week. So we need to know all the information, sir, because if you do, I need you to come up on panel.
No, Don Allen, there's not.
There's just a blueberry farm.
Okay, Aiden said that's correct.
Yeah.
So if his way of knowing that Tyler was really there, then his way is wrong. And I'm sorry, but unless Ronnie Floyd faked that part too, but why would he do that? Because that's really just making it all look bad, because it puts him talking on the phone side by side with Christian. So why would y'all be on the phone if you're right there with each other?
Captain Smith, thank you for being here. Could some of those be incoming text?
No, because it says voice data usage, and voice usage. We have the ones that say SMS usage.
Which part? The part where let me get Matthew may not have been in here at that point. So we have these phone records. We got phone records that were FOIA'd from Tyler's.
No, Dutchess, there wasn't for you. That's where people are getting that mixed up. These are the ones he dropped off.
Well, no, but I'm saying we originally got phone records in the FOIA, in which Ronnie Floyd submitted edited phone records that came from Christian Holden. And there was incomplete data. And then we found out just recently, Ronnie Floyd decided to deliver these AT&T records right here. There's like 100 pages of Tyler's specific the phone data. It has like the phone calls, like right here, a list of the calls. It has his location. It has a lot of information in it. And as we were unpacking it, in this particular shot here, there is a 26-minute and some second phone call in the middle of this page. And that was between Tyler and the guy he was hunting with while this boat incident was taking place. And in this particular screenshot here, that that 26-minute phone call is not listed in this wireline list of calls. And we don't understand why that call is not in there, but it's listed over here with the location data. Does that make any sense? Did I even say that right? I mean, because it doesn't make sense to me why it wouldn't be in both places. Yes, y'all dress up your curse words in chat. You can dress them up.
All the other calls are in both places that we know really happened. Why just those ones that belong to Christian Holden?
Yeah, how can you go by the records if you think they're altered? I mean, that's why I want to know if there's a reason why it's only on one piece of the documentation, the section where it says mobility with cell location, but it's not listed under, this other section over here, which is the wireline. Because, I mean, I didn't know if there was a particular reason, because I don't know how to do phone data and all that, like what the reason is. Maybe Reed did misunderstand. Maybe he said headed to my boat to put my boat in the water, or on my way to put the boat in the water. Because on that phone call that you did track, where did it show that Tyler was at the time that Reed was on the phone with him?
Right about 50 feet outside of Miss Linda's driveway, or that road. I call it Miss Linda's driveway because if I'm not mistaken, they created Beauty Avenue. So let's just say if you look at Beauty Avenue, and I believe that's which highway is that? That's just 701. 701.
Mhm.
If you look where Lily Lane is, he's literally right before Lily Lane. Like you could still see, if you stood up on the truck, you could still see the backyard. It's
Yeah, I
that
know
close.
exactly where that is.
And I'm sure it
Absolutely.
was just a misunderstanding, but I've had other people that noticed it, and I just want to put it out there. It is what it is. The bottom line is I'm not fixing to say what, how, why, when. I'm just going to say what we know. I'm not in nobody's head. I'm not no mind reader. It might have been a simple mistake. I don't know what it was, but I just know that Tyler at 325 was still at his grandparents' property.
Cassian, you're making me laugh. We were just talking about that video of him.
I just seen it.
Whatever it is that he's doing. Have y'all seen that?
Dutchess had me cracking up. I don't know what that man is doing.
Y'all, I can't. Hang on a second.
I can't tell if he's trying to be Scottish or if he's trying to be Indian.
It's a combination of something. I don't know what's happening with all that.
He does start a fire though. He does. He did teach me something. He starts a fire with sticks or something.
Cut it out.
I'm just saying.
Hang on a minute. I do have a couple videos that I want to show y'all. So I've got to get over here to my YouTube anyway. But while I'm over here, let me see if I can pull something up for y'all. I'm trying to remember what that was on. What the name of that channel was.
For the Indian dance or whatever the
Yes.
thing is doing. Here, I'll link it to you.
It was something about culture or something. Oh, wait, I found it. I found it. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Get over here. Okay, let me take this. Let me take this screenshot down. Play it. We're gonna play it. We're gonna do it. We're just gonna go there. We're just gonna go there and just get it over with for your viewing pleasure. Isn't that what they say on TikTok? Isn't that what they say on TikTok?
I just want to know what they didn't have GoPro or anything back then, because the video is just so fuzzy. I mean, I couldn't even crop his face to use it for my shirt.
Now listen, if y'all gonna cuss in the chat, you got to dress up your curse words because it triggers the algorithm. So y'all can curse, but you got to make it, like if you're gonna say ass, you got to do like A and $2 signs. Y'all can get constructive. Just try to be chill in the chat from saying crazy stuff. Let's see. Hang on. This is a site right here. I don't even know what's happening.
I don't even the
I need that may come into camp as well. Very first thing that came out was probably just a sharpened stick. If you've ever been around a campfire, you've probably done this as a kid and just roll a stick around in the fire just like that. And just like a pencil sharpener, you've got your arms the same length, so the stick will actually get kind of a sharp point on the end. And being that you had it in the fire, it's actually cured out the wood and dried it, so it made it extremely strong and hard and everything. But the native people in North America were killing woolly mammoths with sticks like this. They were probably much longer and stuff, but still they were running into a big furry elephant big as a...
Can I ask a question?
I hope you ask it so I don't have to.
What kind of Robin Hood outfit do we have going on? I mean, I'm getting Sheriff of Nottingham vibes here. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all are getting Sheriff of Nottingham Robin Hood vibes in this. I don't know what's happening here. I mean,
he never had breath to start at the beginning of the video.
Misty says, "Jeepers, he's out of breath already." Like, do y'all can you? Hurricane Camille said, "Are elephants hairy?" I can't right now. My side is hurt. Shayla says she's getting Peter Pan vibes.
I can't. And this man is in charge of missing persons.
Brooke said, "Oh my God, not the mammoth." Y'all,
Braveheart wannabe. I'm done.
no, I have to laugh to keep from crying, so that when I laugh, it's just. Okay, so Matthew's saying something in the chat to me. Hang on, let me go back. Matthew, I need you to let you come up on panel and talk to me. So Matthew said the other page will give you your info. And then he says, let me go way down here. The other page gave coordinates to the nearest cell towers. Pages look different because possibly a few reasons. Okay. Well, that's what I need to find out, like specifically, like what it all means, because I need to make it make sense.
But wouldn't every number that was called that has the cell tower data beside it still be on just the regular list of all the numbers that were called? Because the number's not there at all. It's missing. The one before it's there and the one after it's there. But it ain't.
I have to get over here right now.
Peter Pan and Davy Crockett. I'm
True.
done. I'm so done.
We're men in tights. Y'all, if he was wearing tights, I would just, I don't even know. Y'all would not believe me if I didn't play it. He's hitting the peace pipe. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's how he got a kidney stone. I don't know. He looks like Peppa Pig. Oh, Lord, I didn't even see that one. That was, Daniel Boone could be. I'm not sure. He is Link in Zelda. Oh, my gosh.
I am so done. I am so done with the Zelda.
That's
Oh, my God.
father of a sneeze. Matthew. That is
so
hands
good.
down.
But
Listen,
the weird thing is when I go back on his family tree, I don't find any other ancestry that's even claiming to be.
my husband is mixed. My husband's he's white, he's German, but he's also Catawba Indian and African American. So he thinks that Ronnie Floyd is a disgrace to the Catawba Nation.
Oh, there you go.
Say that. So there you go. Yet thank goodness. Stop it, Jeannie. Stop it. Lead home me.
Oh my gosh.
You were learning a lot? You were learning a lot? Well, let's
A small van and killing them with a stick, basically. So they were very effective and all worked very well. Later, at some point, Native people found out they hit some rocks together or found just a rock that was broken. They found flint, what we call igneous rocks, a glassy rock. And they found out they could work it by striking it in certain fashions. They could actually shape it into the shapes they wanted. It was super sharp. A piece of obsidian, which is basically volcanic glass, a rock that's made by nature, can be 600 times sharper than a scalpel blade. So super razor sharp. The only thing is, since it's a glassy rock, it is very fragile. So they constantly break in and they had to be resharpened on, but super, super sharp. If you think about some of the tribes that actually shaved the side of their heads, they had to have something very sharp. So that's just a simple way to think about it. So that finally came out, was used. So the spear was the typically main hunting weapon for about 6,000 years, from what they think. And then we found out by making your arm longer, such as with a hockey stick, a tennis racket, golf club, you add more power to it. And Mom and Dad ever got behind you with a fly swat, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
wait. Camille says this is your brain on drugs.
I swear, all we need is to fry an egg because he is gone. This man is gone. Something ain't right.
Is this how the Indians explain it when they're trying to teach hunting and trapping techniques? I'm just asking for a friend.
No.
I don't know. I haven't seen the Duke in chat, so that's probably good because this would surely irritate the snot out of him to have to sit through this again. Shayla can't breathe right now. It is a disgrace. Hang on one second. Hang on a second. Just come in here. Okay. I had to go see if the Duke was available.
Oh, no. Nothing about this man makes sense.
I don't even.
Adds a lot of speed and velocity. Just by making my arm longer with this thrower, I can throw that little dart there about 200 times more force than I can by hand. So they actually came out what we call darts. And some of these had much bigger points on them as well, but these will work just fine. But I can throw these about 100 yards or so with not much effort at all. And it's kind of like what I always think about the old missile launchers, what it looks like. And then I'll throw one here in a second for you as well. But also what I want to show you, if I do that, they made what they call it.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
We're just taking a look at your favorite person on this crazy video right now. And it's a lot to take in. Do you think he is a disgrace to the...
Not simply based on the video, no.
Well, but based on the other stuff, you told me that...
His actions as... what do you, I guess you want to call it, enforcement of laws and things.
Oh, you mean like all of this stuff and that stuff and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think he's just lazy. Really.
What kind of outfit was he just wearing? I mean, what incarnation is all of that?
The guy who used to fly through the air on the cartoon with the wand?
This says that he's teaching about hunting and trapping, and he
primitive hunting and trapping.
Yeah, he was talking about killing a woolly mammoth with some stick, and then he's like, you know, when your grandma gets after you with a fly swatter, and I'm like, is that how the Indians teach people? It seems just a little.
It's that there's, you know, obviously past events, so we all grow up some. I mean, I won't hold that against him because he likes to play Robin Hood or something. You know, I mean, we all dressed up at one time or another, but
apparently he hasn't grown out of that stage. Do you think that you would wear this outfit, babe?
I wouldn't wear it in public. We might.
So you wouldn't wear it for YouTube, is what you're saying. You would not be making the video in this attire. Okay, I just needed to get your.
We could do something like that if you want to dress up as like
Maid Marian.
Maid Marian, yeah.
Well, thank you for your.
Halloween's a few days away.
Thank you for your feedback, Duke. I love you.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh. Listen, once again, he was nice. But before he was like, this guy's a joke. He is a diplomat, Alpaca Maid. But you could kind of hear the distaste, like what in tarnation is happening?
Trying to be respectful.
I don't think he wants to meet him again in person because he got so mad at him the last time he was down there. Y'all, can you imagine dealing with him? I'm just asking for a friend. I mean, can you imagine what this family's had to go through every time they have to listen to him? Let me I just want to take it back for 1 second. While I was there at the boat landing, when I was out there one day, he and another DNR officer that I didn't know, it wasn't Kevin, it was somebody else, were sitting out at the boat landing. And there was 2 or 3 of us that were out there, and I came out there to see the family, and I don't know, Ronnie started talking about his daughter and was just like saying, you know, I guess she wrecked her car, and he was complaining that she always has to call me. She can't do this and she can't do that. Now I'm gonna have to drive all the way down to wherever she's at, and just complaining about his kid. And I felt so bad, and I bet my facial expression said it all, because I was looking him dead in the eye the whole time he was telling the story.
Complaining about his kid. Meanwhile, Miss Linda and them are searching for what her kid that she considers hers.
Right.
Same thing. It's just disgusting.
I know for a fact my dad would never speak about me or my sister that way to people that he didn't know while he's out on working a job. If he was out trying to find a missing person, I mean, he should be thankful that he has a daughter that relies on him because she loves him. And that's what daddies do. Daddies are there for their kids, no matter when it is. If I need something, I still call my daddy, and because I respect him and I trust his opinion. And I know for a fact my father would never do that. And it was just disgusting. And that's that, you know. So don't do that. Don't do that, Ronnie. Your daughter probably loves you, and she might have needed her daddy. And it's just, it's embarrassing. Christina. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Thank you, Jeannie, for your super chat. Is there another video? I'm dying to know. There's lots. You guys can go over there to that channel. That channel is the South Carolina Commission. Let's see, the South Carolina Commission for, let's see, the South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs. That is the YouTube channel where you can find these videos. Believe that or not. Believe that or not. Wait a minute. A hot dog on his cheek? Yeah, she should be glad. He should be glad she was safe. Yeah. And thankful. I hope he doesn't, because he is, Brooke. He's my honey. I love him so much. There was another video that I wanted to share with you guys, and I've got to go over here and snag it real quick. If you give me just 1 second, I got to pop over here to my live on my channel to grab it. Out of my links. I thought this was really interesting too. I've been seeing a lot of different Department of Natural Resource officers posting about they have academies. Like Georgia has a game warden academy that you have to go through, which consists of also completing basic law enforcement training, among other things. The testing, just all these different things that you have to complete. And I thought it would be really interesting to go see what the new training is for South Carolina DNR. And when I went to go search that out to see if there was any updated videos talking about the training for new and onboarding new game wardens that are fresh out of college or from the military, etc., what that would look like. The most recent video, and I'm going to share my screen and show that to you now because I thought you guys would think that was really interesting. Let's see, this video, check this out, 13 years ago is the last time that the South Carolina DNR actually uploaded their officer training. 13 years ago. That's the last time they've uploaded.
You don't know how much has changed in 13 years. I mean, nothing, not even they don't even announce like their minute things anymore. Ever since the Murdoch thing that they started taking down and not posting like what their meetings and stuff were.
Yeah. Yeah, right after the whole Murdoch thing in 2017, they quit posting their board meetings.
I can't even get a real answer on when the next board meeting's or for the city is gonna be. Like, so anybody could show up there. I can't even get a real answer on that.
I haven't gotten an email back about it. So if you need help with Nightbot, Matthew, just let me know. It's a war. Camille has to be here because he only really adores her, and she throws him candy, and that's the reason he's working tonight. Some nights he just times people out and goes on a bashing fest, and I have to remove him. But
I gotta
tonight
get
it's
that
the
one.
Sabbath. He's
I gotta
been,
get-
you know. But this video was 13 years ago, and I thought it might be interesting just to take a look at what some of that consists of, because I want to know what Ronnie Floyd had to go through to get into this this training.
He
Like,
just
what
had to-
does that look like? Because I bet every state is different.
How do you go from being a PE teacher to a game warden? 'Cause
Well, I
you
know
you
one of the requirements is to have a 2 or 4 year degree, and I guess it doesn't matter what it's in, obviously, right?
apparently not.
I mean, make that make sense. I don't know. I just thought it would be. Jason says in South Carolina they go through the regular police academy and then go through their game warden training.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they sure don't.
Unless that's something that's new, because 13 years ago, I mean, when I look it up, it doesn't say they have to complete. It says they have to complete game warden training, but I actually have an interview with a DNR officer, and I'm hoping that the person that sent me this interview, I haven't got to watch it all the way through, so I'm excited to see if he mentions that he goes through basic law enforcement training, because I want to know. Captain Smith says he believes they have to complete both training too. Well, you know what? It's interesting if he does have to do that, why he doesn't know who NamUs is, how to collect a DNA sample, how to conduct a proper investigation, how to set up a command post. No, you don't get a pass from me, sir. You don't get a pass from me. Why did it take me away from that? Let me go back over here. Why did it take me away from that? Gotta go in here and get that link again. Y'all see all my links in there. So if you want to go back and watch these, you can.
The law enforcement division has a full force, 294, 298 officers. Over the past 5 years, due to budget cuts, retirements, and not being able to fill any vacancies, our force had fallen below the 200 mark. This class of 27 is extremely important to us at this particular point in time. We're very, very fortunate to be able to hire these officers now. The PT test is one of the final tests that an officer or candidate will go through to become an officer. It's a battery of tests where candidates will go through physical agility type training, anywhere from a timed obstacle course to a swim test, to ensure that they meet those requirements to be hired. There's no difference between a female officer and a male officer. The job has to be done by either sex, so it's just important that they're held to the same standards, they receive the same training so that they can get out and do the job for us. When we hire our officers, before they ever are in the field, before they ever go to any training, they're sworn in as DNR law enforcement officers. They're given, of course, their firearm and all of the equipment necessary for the job, as well as their vehicle. When we go through our interview process, we're looking for the right fit. We're looking for the person, the future officer that's going to make a good game warden, that's going to make a good DNR law enforcement officer. The academy course is a 9-week course, which all state law enforcement officers, county and state law enforcement officers go through in the state of South Carolina. It's a requirement to be a Class 1 officer. The entire academy process is just teaching an officer what he needs to do to be a state law enforcement officer. They go through the firing range and qualifications and driving and courtroom procedure and the basics of being a law enforcement officer?
It's going great. We started by 3 weeks of legals in the classroom.
So they do have to do law enforcement training, but
Well, then it sucked.
then so what happened? Did he just have a lapse of judgment, or did he just, I mean, because aren't they supposed to also get continuing education units to stay up to date on all of the updated training?
But is what I don't understand. If you go back just like a couple of minutes, didn't he say before they even do any training, they give them a badge? Or did I just really mishear that?
Oh, Lord.
Because I could have swore that's what they said.
Stop it. Who is that? Does that not look like him?
Oh my gosh.
No, it can't be.
You cannot be serious.
I didn't watch this video all the way through. Stop it. It is.
Are you for real?
I am for real. Look.
Oh my God. I'm done. I'm dead. I'm done. This cannot. Are you serious? Okay, let's rewind, Dutchess.
What are we rewinding to?
It says John Floyd. His real name.
Yes,
for
this is the very beginning. This
his
is the
real name is John Floyd. They call
Yes,
him Ronnie, but his real name is John T.
Well,
Floyd.
his full name is, his middle name is Ronald. I guess that's why they call him Ronnie. Yeah.
Well, he's also got the middle initial T.
New Start Homestead just texted me, and she said that it's all basic training, 24 weeks, and they are a DNR officer. She just sent me the whole thing from DNR.
Election or none of that. I know that.
Yeah, it just says they have to do an application and interview panel, written physical fitness test, interview with the colonel, conditional job offer, and then their basic training is 12-week South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy basic training course and a 12-week South Carolina DNR Wildlife basic training course. That's what they have to do. And that's on their website.
Oh my gosh, Jordan Marie, I'm so sorry.
Jordan, I am so sorry, honey.
Just mute your computer until you see it go off.
Please forgive me. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to shoot anything in this video. I haven't watched it all the way through. I'm praying for you, darling. Don't hold it against me. Do you forgive me? I can't promise what's going to happen, but I think he's just going to talk in this particular part. Deborah Edge said that DNR pin said game, bird, and fish. I didn't see human listed.
I say it again, sweetheart. I love it.
Jason said, yes, we do have to have 40 hours minimum for recertification for Class 1 officer in South Carolina. I thought so, because as a nurse, I have to do continuing education too. I mean, I don't work in that capacity any longer, but when I was a nurse, because Shay was too, we talked about that. And I was like, surely law enforcement has to do the same thing, which is why I can't understand if Ronnie has been doing this for so many years, why does he not have the knowledge to be leading the district and being in charge of other officers, but yet he doesn't know how to do this stuff himself?
No, but he knows how to say a bunch of times.
Let's see what he has to say. Jordan, cover your ears, darling, or anybody else that this might be. Y'all want to put a trigger warning in the chat? You might want to put a trigger warning in the chat, because I don't know what's going to happen on this video. I don't think I gave Nightbot a trigger warning. I'm going to have to make up a trigger warning for Nightbot so y'all can pull that one. Thank you, Michelle.
Situation, you will have multiple people sometimes, and
and the public around and people curious and stuff. So just interacting with things as they change and kind of trying to establish control and maintain safety for yourself and everybody involved.
When you train with other
Yeah, there's
agencies,
still
then you
gunshots.
tend to do things the same way. If you did not have that training that other law enforcement agencies are having, then you may not know how to handle the situation. You may handle it differently than another agency, and it could cause problems. So it's important to train together. It's important to learn those things together so that that training can play back for you in your mind if you have a
Wait a
situation.
minute, that was it. He just got to say 2 sentences.
Can we rewind him?
Screenshot Mafia.
Situation, you will have multiple people sometimes and the public around and people curious and stuff. So just interacting with things as they change and kind
to assist other agencies.
I've been a police officer, and I think too, just learning how to adapt to different
Did it go even further back?
You said I've been a police officer.
Tyler. Oh, that's that other guy.
He said I've been a police officer. He starts right there.
Well, I think too, just learning how to adapt with different situations. You will have multiple people
Well,
sometimes.
you suck at it.
And the public around and people curious.
To be prepared to assist other agencies.
I've been a police officer before, and I think too, just learning how to adapt with different.
Stop it.
Yeah, he sucks at it. I don't know what the heck he's doing.
Hey, Lila, thank you for joining us. I find that very bizarre to think that he's also been a former police officer.
Yeah, I don't see. No, I don't think that's what he said. I think he said I've been a police officer.
Yeah, that's what he said. I've been a police officer. I have a hard time believing that. But I mean, if he says he has been, I mean,
No. I think he says I've been a police officer and learning how. I think he says how many years.
Oh my God. Michelle said he's more like Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Oh my gosh, I'm done. I think he said something about he's been one for so many years. I mean, they think they're cops now, and I guess they are to the eyes of the government, but he sucks at it.
I mean, this whole situation's got to be boycotted. Like, I'm so triggered right now. Like, I didn't even know I was going to see him.
He's a joke.
And see, look, they even got a part 2.
Trained, they can be prepared.
I guess this is a continuation of everything else. Look, now there's Brian Crawford. I guess they got all these different people. Look, they're driving in the mud because
Kevin Purdue is in here. Wait, you got to learn to drive through the mud for a police officer?
Haven't had that background. They haven't had that experience. So it's extremely important that they have training in those areas. They know how to engage a four-wheel drive vehicle on a muddy path or a muddy road through national forest woods, how to back a trailer, operate a boat, approach another boat, and those type things, so that they can get through those areas.
Did you think it might be important to give them some sonar, so if they're actually, trying to determine how deep the water is, and trying to see something?
What's the point? They never leave the landing. Unless they're following you to pull you over.
They need to do their job. A lot of our officers, so it's extremely important that the officer is trained in verbal communication, not only so we can deal with the public daily, but also deal with the violator or the suspected violator that's in the field. Because as you deal with that person, as you talk to that person, the way you handle the situation verbally goes a long way in ensuring that you've got a good case. And the case doesn't escalate into something greater.
Yeah, so talking about selling raccoon and actual cat and passing it off as raccoon is probably not their best idea. Y'all forgot to teach them that, though, right?
Yeah, or I guess they didn't take the compassion and empathy courses where you don't just say to the family, well, he died and you just need to go to church and pray about it. And because I know, so I know if I know, you just got to convince your brain that something in your heart is not vent
You know,
stuff.
I passed a funny thing about a meme about SCDNR the other day. I wished I would have saved it, but it's something about the SCDNRs asking the guy, "Is there anything on your boat that shouldn't be?" And the guy responds, "Yeah, you." Pretty much.
100%. I mean, you can't be trash talking and be acting disrespectful. I just don't know how the DNR allows that, because it's a reflection on his superiors.
Probably the same. Exactly. That's exactly. And if they're handpicked, like they say they are from the governor, everybody, it's a reflection on him too. And everybody needs to remember that come time to vote.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see.
Because that right there is a disgrace.
Let's see if we had anybody
In
else
catching
there.
and releasing of those animals. Again, it's just another type of training to ensure they can do that safely.
There you go.
Because they may get a call from a citizen on any day and they need to.
Listen, we can't even get him to get in the water to see if that's Tyler Doyle. Is he really going to jump on an alligator?
Yeah, no, he's going to go get one of those sticks.
Camshaft, where I live, game warden, all he does is sleep with married women. Oh, Lord. Help me.
Right there, you may have an alligator under someone's carport, which has happened, and they're the person that's first on the scene. They need to know how to handle that situation safely. It's their safety is what we're doing, the safety of the public.
This poor gator.
We also utilize our personnel across the state, their background, their knowledge of their job every day to be involved in our training. You can't beat experience when it comes to training.
Wait. Ain't nobody missing a meal.
Experienced officer that has worked a 900 case, that's worked a boating accident, that's been involved in BUI enforcement, that's been involved in fish trapping, or whatever the case may be.
Okay, wait. Do y'all realize not once did they say missing person or anything training about that, but they said all the rest. Trapping, a boating accident. This wasn't no dang boating accident. I'm so tired of hearing that it was an accident. And you know, that's what's going to get him. That's what I'm afraid that's going to get him off. Because if you read that boat report, Dutchess, it specifically says that this is to the officer's best recollection of how he can recreate the event in his own mind. Why is that even worded on a boat report? That makes no sense. But that's what I'm worried that's going to be what helps him along. Yeah, no.
This is crazy. I can't even get through this. Like, what in the world? What have we got going on here?
Before they turn the blue lights on, and see how they handle us once they got us stopped.
Hang on, I gotta take it back. I gotta hear what this
Scenarios because they have done the job. They've been involved in those scenarios. They know what can happen. They know what needs to be done.
We wanted to see how good they reacted to the gunshot, lights being out, see what kind of evidence they collected once they got us stopped, how they made the approach up to the vehicle before they turned the blue lights on, and see how they handled us.
The evidence probably ain't letting the gun leave the scene, right?
Officer safety wise and everything.
We also.
You think he missed that day?
He must have.
Because I feel like that he didn't pass the test. Sergeant Chuck Doyle. I don't even know.
It makes me want to scream.
Take advantage of our other.
Do what?
It makes me want to scream.
Yeah, same.
Divisions within the agency and use their expertise as well. It's important that our officers are aware of the things that they may find in the woods, anything from a simple thing like poison ivy to what type of tree they're by, because it may become important in a future case or for their safety. And so we utilize expertise from other divisions, whether it's game identification, or fish identification, or plant identification, or whatever it may be, because they're the experts in that area. And we bring them in, they talk to our officers, they field questions, they give them information. It's very important, although you might not think it's important on the front end when you're talking about a law enforcement officer, but it is very important for them every day in their job responsibilities to know these things.
Trap sets by themselves are supposed to look natural. They're not supposed to necessarily stand out. And so we try to make it something that the officer would encounter in the field. And also I like to let them get hands-on to set them themselves, because one, they know how the trap itself works. And it gives them maybe a little more incentive to work these traps. They know how it works, what some of the trap sets.
How is this helping find missing people? I just need for somebody to tell me that in the chat, because
I'm tripping on how they get all this training on how to identify things, but half of them that's been to Danny Jewel don't even know what a certain fish is, and he has to make a phone call because these people don't even know what kind of fish it is. Like, make that make sense.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. That was such an important phone call with Danny Jewel.
I mean, he's sitting there talking about how they have all these people come out and show them what different trees and bushes but they don't. I mean, hello, these people didn't even know what kind of fish this man had on his boat. Make that make sense.
Hang on, we'll look at something here. I'm looking to see if there is anything, Sarah. Boating PSA safety with South Carolina DNR. 8 months ago, South Carolina DNR uses technology to find a missing hunter in distress.
That's the one that I pointed out when this case first started, and it makes me mad every time I hear about it. They gave that man's son coordinates over the phone, and they found him. Oh,
make that make sense.
Yeah, that story will blow your mind. It tripped me out. They literally called a DNR officer, and over the phone, the DNR officer said, "What's his number?" The son gives the dad's number. He types it in this little machine and gives the son the coordinates to exactly where the dad is. That shit pissed me off. But they wasted time having 911 center try to contact AT&T. Like, are y'all for real? They could have pinged. They have the equipment. They could have pinged that phone themselves.
Well, when I look up game warden missing voter training videos, it looks like Tennessee Wildlife has a video. Game wardens training for the worst. That's under Texas Park and Wildlife. Game warden water survival, Texas Park and Wildlife. Dang, Michigan has to go through an ice bath.
Oh, no.
As part of their training. But there ain't nothing on here about training in South Carolina for missing persons. I don't see anything about training for game wardens. Or anything like that. I don't see that on there. So,
you know what I can't help but wonder, Dutchess? What part in the story, because we all know the DNR did not get there until late that night. They were not first, second, or third on the scene. What part of his statement that no foul play is suspected, what made him think to even ask Christian Holden for a screenshot of his calls that day? What part made him suspicious enough not to just believe that it was a boating accident as Christian? Because no, as he calls them, internet sleuths, rumors, and all that had not happened yet. So what made him even ask to see phone records? Because it wasn't a normal situation that anybody thought there was foul play. Why did he ask to see the phone records in the first place?
Yeah.
What in his head made him? I mean, that's not something that would be. It makes no sense. Something made him ask for them phone records.
Yeah. Dawn says, I'm not trying to be mean, but South Carolinians have allowed themselves to be lazy by basically accepting their word and letting them slack that it's overwhelming for them when a family demands results.
Hey, I believe that.
I wouldn't necessarily think that's 100% true because there are people who have tried to buck up to the system, but they get silenced, you know? And that's a lot of it. It's not that people don't speak up, but I think that's why people stop speaking up is because they try to hush people up.
Okay, see, I read her statement as she's referring to the laziness being the DNR.
Oh, they're definitely lazy for sure.
And if you read like different news articles and things like that about what they do, in every one you're going to find the words, they help assist other law enforcement agencies. And you'll see then it says missing persons, but you don't see it nowhere said that people help them find missing persons. I don't think that job title should have ever been included in their little book of what they can and can't do.
Captain Smith, why wasn't he listed as a missing person? Because he's missing in the water?
He was listed as a missing person.
Well, yeah, after we fought with Ronnie Floyd for 2 months about
which
having,
is ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, you can file a missing persons report in 24 hours, but
Now, that law changed in 2017. South Carolina said you no longer have to wait, not even 10 minutes. The law specifically states, as long as a person known to the subject has reason to believe they're missing, a report must immediately be taken upon request. That is exactly what the law states. So make it make sense that Ronnie Floyd is a law enforcement and he don't know that that law passed in South Carolina in 2017.
very true, Jordan. I hope you're okay. I'm sorry about earlier. That was my fault completely, and I take responsibility. I didn't even realize there was going to be all that in there. People sent me some videos, and I just haven't had a lot of time to like go through all of them, but I did want to make sure yeah, he was listed as a missing person by them. They had to actually send the report to NamUs. They didn't want to file him as a missing persons report, but because Shay called the Horry County Police and continued to stay on their neck, he did put him in the system, and we actually have Ronnie's missing persons report on Tyler. So he was actually put in, and that's how he got into NamUs, was because Ronnie Floyd submitted it finally. But yeah, not initially. No, he wouldn't do it because he said he was dead. And I just think that's wrong because if you don't have a body, you don't know exactly what happened or any evidence that leads to knowing that for sure. You know. Oh, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you being here, darling. Because he was reported as a boating accident. Yeah. Well, I mean, but they still can clarify him as a missing persons, you know, if they can't find him from the accident. I just don't think Ronnie knows how to properly. He should, though. He should with all this training and expertise. New Start Homestead says, when Shay asked about this report just a few days after missing, they told her they weren't doing one because he isn't missing because they knew he was in the water. But how did they know that he was in the water? Like, they can't even find him, so how do you know he's in the water? What, just like they knew Mike Williams was in the water, the missing duck hunter, but then he was buried 50 miles away in some field? These people.
It's sad. It's just, the whole thing is sad. That's right. No one saw him go underwater.
Nope, because CH said he couldn't see anything. And yeah, I mean, we talked about that in the group. I saw somebody make a comment about, 800 yards. Yes, 9 football fields is 900 yards. So, I mean, that's pretty far out there from in front of the jetty. But as he was going out through the jetty, you could see that, because from the north jetty to the south jetty, it's probably not even a football field across.
He never
that.
went. All of that saying about him going
So if
around.
you can see that far, you can definitely see a certain measurement out. Like, that's just where his boat ended up. That's not where it started when it started going down. But see, we did never get the exact location. Like, what was the exact location when he lost sight of Tyler? Where was the boat at that point? See, we don't know any of that.
Well, we kind of do, or we will by in the morning, because I have taken it upon myself to get the time of the 911 call, compare it with the time of where I don't know who exactly Tyler was talking to while Christian was taking the 911 call. But is what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the minutes in to where Christian tells I can't even see him anymore. And then we're going to find that time on Tyler's records, and then we'll see exactly, as best as we can, what tower it says that he was connecting at. Because I'm still not understanding how in the world it says that he was down by whatever that place is. Remember the one I told you, Dutchess? It's way before you even get to Cherry Point. And it says he was down there when he should have been going through the jetty, or right when he should have been.
Oh, the ping that happened in Atlantic Beach.
Yes.
Yeah, that is still blowing my mind that his phone pinged in Atlantic Beach. But I don't know where he went that day. Like, did he go to work for part of the day? Did he have to run an errand?
He did, but this ping came out after the time of the Live 360 showing that they left that house. So how does that make sense? And it only pinged there once.
No, we're talking about Atlantic Beach, down where Crescent Beach is. There was a ping there on his phone. Melissa Edge. And thank you for being here, Melissa. I hope you're doing well. Hey, give me the seaweed. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for being here. Jenna Williams has a question. Let me go over here and put that up. She says, totally off the subject, did AJ ever find out about the letter she got from the attorney? We did talk a little bit about that earlier. It's really nothing.
Yeah, it's really I mean,
it's not from an attorney, obviously, because they can't spell cease.
Paperwork.
It's cease, not ceased and desist. Oh my gosh, do better, people.
And I just wonder, here's, I really don't get it. Because the people that know or have been in the group and gotten to know anything about me, it could have been from God himself, and I would have did the same thing, like ignored it. I mean, you can't sue me for defamation and slander, first of all. It would be considered liable because it's anything that's written or typed. So unless it's something I said on a live, that wouldn't even stand. Second of all, it has to be something that I know and have no reason to believe is factual. It has to be something that I know is untrue and that is causing harm to your reputation, your business. Okay, so if that's the case, hey, go for it. Sue me so I can turn around and sue Ronnie Floyd and that whole damn department, because that's where I got the FOIA information.
Exactly right. We didn't come up with this.
We didn't make this up. We got it through legal request, the legal way. So if you're going to sue me for questioning something that you made a mistake on, or that you covered up, or you did wrong, hey, go for it, because I'll pass that lawsuit right on. And I guarantee you, I'll get more money from them than you get out of me. So let's make it happen.
I can tell you that Brad with Wings of Hope has not heard any response yet on getting his SD card back from Ronnie Floyd. So he's probably going to have to, I think he's probably considering taking some action, and just waiting to find out more information from him, because I'm sure he's not happy that they're not responding back to him. So y'all keep praying for Brad, because we support him getting the answers that he needs, because not only has Tyler not been found in this investigation, not been handled correctly, but Danny, Jewel, and Brad have been disrespected by the South Carolina DNR. And in that, I mean Ronnie Floyd and his people, you know. So, and we can't stand for that. Hey, Shelly Seashell, thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you.
One way
Yeah.
or another, here's what people don't understand. And it's already in the works. Ronnie Floyd can do whatever he wants. We all know that since he has Tyler's, he could have gotten Christians. All of this, he needs a warrant, subpoena, and all that. Okay, the minute that the family said, "Who are you?" and which resulted in him, Ronnie Floyd, putting in his statement that the family was second guessing or questioning Christian, that right there should have turned this investigation, no matter what. If it didn't, when I personally notified him of the fake phone records that everybody has seen Christian Holden provided, and they were fake, and he responded to the email of me notifying him that, it should have then turned in a different direction for an investigation. And yet it didn't. None of it made the whole investigation turn the way it should have. Bottom line is, we don't need Ronnie Floyd to get Christian Holden's records. They are going to be gotten. No matter what you think, they're going to be gotten. There's a legal thing called subpoena in civil suit. It's going to happen. And there is nothing nobody can do to stop it. So they can wait, and they can sit here and play little games and drop off altered records to Miss Linda, or however they want to do it. If in fact we find that they were altered, it does not matter, because it's going to happen. If it is the last thing I do, I promise you it's going to happen. There's no way around it. Whether it's through a civil suit by subpoena or whether it's through Ronnie Floyd himself, it's happening, folks. No matter what anybody says, and there's not a damn thing they can do to stop it.
Yeah. It's a lot.
See, thank you, Miss Edge. Filing a civil suit will give them subpoena power. You dang right it will. And it's coming. Believe that.
Thank you, Melissa, for being here. And thank you, Jason, for being here. Thank you for popping in. Jason, the chat guy, is here. There's just so much in this case that doesn't make sense, and that's why we come here a couple nights a week to talk about all the things that are happening in this case that people have questions about. And I just thought if we took a look at some of these videos and talked about these phone records, maybe it would help people to understand, what some of our concerns and questions are, because it's not adding up. None of this is adding up for me. It's not making any sense.
Wait, Dutchess, you know what I just thought about?
What?
Oh my gosh. Can you, the phone records you showed earlier that I had sent you, can you pop those up real quick?
Sure. Let me get over here to my brand.
I might be crazy, but I don't think so. I mean, I might be crazy and still think so, but.
Okay, I've got this one.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I don't have my pen. So at the time on this one, anybody that's got latitude, longitude available, because I don't have my pen right here. At the time on this one, Oh my God. 492621.
Do I need to pull up Google Earth?
So at 1554, okay, swap to the other page. Wait, at 1554, wait, no, wait. That
Let
don't
me
make
go
sense.
back.
Okay, yeah, I thought I wasn't seeing the 21. I'm sorry. I was gonna be like, wait, 1554. Okay, so at 2154. Now on this one at 2154, boom. Don't tell me that I'm crazy. Because if you look right there at 2154, it specifically says he was talking to 0529. We know that that's a damn lie. Go back to the other one. At 2154, he couldn't have been talking to the other guy because he was on the phone with Christian Holden for 26 minutes. Now you make that shit make sense. I'll wait.
That doesn't make sense.
Damn right it don't. I don't know why that just crossed my mind. Make it make sense. At 21:15:54, he was in a 27-minute or 26-minute phone conversation. So now explain that shit, Ronnie Floyd, because you're who gave these records.
Yeah, that 26-minute phone conversation is right here. For
And
anybody.
it's listed at the same time that another person's phone is listed. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, that other person's phone listed at that time is bullshit because I'll log into Tyler's bill and show you.
Right there. And that's Christian's number.
I know it is.
So
Why did that just now cross my mind? I don't even know. I'm slacking because that's not right. Because I'll log into Tyler's bill and show you that ain't right. If you go to that other page, it says he was talking to somebody else.
this one over here, the second one.
Not the one you're showing now, the other one. That one right there. At 21:15, whatever. Matter of fact, 21:15 ain't even on there. So tell me how that
No,
happened.
there's not a 21:15 on here at all. It goes from,
not even there.
let's see, it goes from 20:50, it looks like,
To 21:41.
to 21:41.
Okay, let's see that on the other one, who he was talking to at 21:41. 21:41, it says he was talking to 9051. What's the other one say the number was?
The originating number was his number, and then
Right, but
then it's got his the 9051
okay.
on
So
the at the 2141. At 2142, it's the same number.
It's the same number.
Yeah, right below it, isn't it? 9150.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other one's 9051.
Ah, okay. And yeah, that was for 0 seconds.
So at the time he was talking to Christian for 26 minutes, and it started at what time? 21:15:54.
Yeah.
So that should have put him to.
See, and I don't see a 21:15 anywhere on this.
It's not, because it's putting him right there to the 21:41.
If Matthew, are you still in here? If I drop a link for you, Matthew, you can come up on panel and maybe you can, if you have anything that you can add to that can tell us about this. I mean, if not, you don't have to, but that's really the only question I had was, can you explain why that call is not in this list? And if not, I'm just going to ask my uncle. I don't know if he can even explain it to me, but
the time is what I'm saying is the time is missing. If you count from 21:15, 26 minutes and 4 seconds, it puts you exactly when this next call that you see right here starts.
it should, Tammy. It should still show as an active call. I mean, there's.
But the block of time is missing. It's not there.
Yeah, 21:15. That goes from 20:50 to 21:41. That whole.
Now take 21:15 and add 26 minutes to that.
Hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? It puts you right at the 2141.
Yeah.
But it's missing. It's not there.
I can't make sense of that. Michelle, good luck. She's got some wild roddies that like to break out. Captain Smith said, someone calling you while you're on a phone call.
But no,
the 26-minute phone call is not even on this.
It would show as a call waiting call on Tyler's actual AT&T bill, and it doesn't.
Tammy says, of course, a lot could have went on in that 26 minutes other than just talking on the phone to Tyler.
You think?
And Captain Smith said some won't show up if it's declined. Well, we got a 26-minute phone call that happened that is not showing up. So,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, if you look at the call on this log right here, the calls, when it starts 21, it says 2141. Okay, it's 2050 above that. So you're telling me that from 2050, which is what time? And because it's UTC, remember? So we would have been, what is it, -5, Dutchess?
-5 on UTC. So 2019,
so it would be
that would be 16. So that would be 4.
It'd be 350. 350 to 450. 350. 2050 is 350 in South Carolina time,
20,
which is the 4070.
19, 18, 76. Wouldn't that be 16?
Yeah, but you got to take
In that 4? That's
time.
5 hours, right?
The 21 is 4, I think. Yeah. Because 3 o'clock is 1500 out. Yeah, wait a minute. What?
Yeah, because that would be 4 something. 2100 hours in UTC time would be 4 something.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So the 2050 would have been 350, correct? Or am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay. So 350 to 441. There's nothing in between right here, right? From 350 to 441, nothing shows. It goes from that call at 350 to 441. The call with Christian Holden didn't start till 415. So from 350 to 415, Tyler didn't use his phone. I bet I can prove you different.
But Ronnie Floyd says he can throw that 300 feet. What, the phone? Or his spear.
He needs to throw himself.
None of this makes any sense. Get some chocolate. I love you. He's going to the store. I told him to bring me some chocolate. Oh my goodness.
I got another page that ain't neither one of those pages that I'm sitting here looking at, and it shows something different too. In fact, it shows there was 3 calls to Christian Holden at 2147 and 2148. Why don't those other pages show this? Let me screenshot and send this to you.
What?
Yeah, I'm being dead serious. That's what made me want.
None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense.
Yeah, here you go. And I'm going to get the rest of the pages loaded up for everybody else too. Yeah, because none of it's matching. None of the pages that he has provided matches.
Yeah, I'll send those to you, Camille. When
There
I
you
get
go,
off the
Dutch.
live stream, I will. Okay, let me look over here.
I'm so confused.
Okay, let me
75, 76, and 77.
just the bottom three.
No,
Oh, in the
75.
middle. Is that the three you want me to look at? 75, 76, 77?
Yeah, do you see those on the other page? Maybe I missed it, but I don't. No, I sure don't.
Okay, I'm going to save this little section, and then I'm going to come up on my phone so I can drop it in on my StreamYard. So if you'll mute out, I'm going to mute out so I can drop it on there. Okay, let's try this. No, we're not talking, Shayla, because I had to mute out so I could bring my extra cell phone there. I can upload it. All right, let's see. This is the line you're talking about, right? You there, AJ? You can unmute now.
I always forget to unmute.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, the math ain't mathing. Make it make sense. Because there's 3 calls here at 2147, 2148, 2148. Like, come on. And then it shows the next call at 2150 being to the 9150. What happened to the 9105? Man, this whole damn thing is messed up. I'm not playing with these people. If you look at the other ones, there's a 9105. This one says 9150. Y'all want to help me figure that out? Because that's not right.
It's right here on the dresser. I can't help you didn't see it. Sorry, y'all. I had to go find the truck key. Go with Daddy. You go ride with Daddy to the store. Y'all hang on a second.
It wouldn't matter about the cell towers because it's the time that they were connected. Period.
because not everybody gets unlimited minutes. So AT&T has to be able to prove and account for everything they bill for. So if you go, it's like some people go over their minutes. That all has to be there.
So these 3 calls right here are not listed in another section because this came from
Neither
this
one of the sections
right
that
here.
you have.
That this little excerpt right here came from this.
Right. But look at the other 2. Where's it at? Christian Holden's number has been removed. The only page his phone number shows up on is the 1. Why? And I'm telling you, I bet you he forgot it.
That is wild. I wish I knew the answer, but I don't.
Madonna, out of 150 pages, he just forgot to go back and fix his screw up, or somebody did.
Are the records from different cell towers?
Wouldn't matter. The timing would be the same. Here's your sign.
Wait, you missed what, Captain?
Why not the other? Exactly.
These are just things that we, in going through these records that you were tending to your dogs. What was on the screen? This screenshot right here of Christian Holden's calls. This is the only calls that it shows in this one record, which is in this record right here in totality, Captain Smith. And this is the only section you can see them grouped at 75, 76, and 77 of Christian Holden's calls.
Okay, well,
but it doesn't show the call that's right here, which is on 63 and 64.
Let me just go ahead and put it out there. So, because it's gonna, when it hits, it's gonna hit and people are gonna be asking. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all all know. And I really don't care who's got anything to say about it, because it is what it is, and what's done is done, and I did it, and that's just how it is. We're gonna get the right phone records for Tyler, because that account is now in my name and the family is fully aware. So I personally will be going in and getting the real phone records, and we will compare them to Ronnie Floyd's, and that's just how it's gonna be.
We're gonna get the answers, guys. And we're going to keep pressing forward. If you guys have not signed the petitions, please sign the petitions and share those out on your social media. It doesn't matter if you live in South Carolina or not. We need any and all people that support Tyler Doyle and his family to sign these petitions. So if you could please sign those petitions, we would really be appreciative. I know the Doyle family is very appreciative for your support. And any of the videos that we showed tonight, those links are in the description if you want to go back over and watch those videos. And the link to South Carolina DNR is in my description box. And you can feel free to go over there and see when the last South Carolina DNR board meeting was actually put on their YouTube channel. You can see what kind of other videos are over there, just to get a feel for what's going on with the DNR. I just find it very interesting that a lot of their stuff that they have on there is from 13 years ago.
And Don Allen, they didn't get a warrant because AT&T will send a notice to the email address that is on the account that a warrant's been obtained. That didn't happen.
Melissa, the petitions, number one, the first petition for Tyler that I created myself was for Tyler's Beacon Law. And I can go over there and pull that up so you can take a look at that on change.org, and you can read about it. There is a link that the mods, if you guys could please drop that in the chat, that would be so very wonderful. And I will go over here and look up my account over here. So I can share that with you. I have to log in. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you can take a look at this, Melissa. This is the petition that I started after talking to Brian and Shay. They want more people to have access to having beacons. We have 5,695 supporters. The petition's been viewed 66,253 times. It's been shared 2,594 times. 130 people are promoting this. Let's see here. And here's the petition right here. Save lives in South Carolina. Tyler's law will require beacons be issued in South Carolina for hunters and fishermen. We want this to be issued with their hunting license and fishing license. And you can go and read about it here. The family would like to have, to ensure the law have all game hunters and fishermen who receive a license in the state of South Carolina will also receive a waterproof beacon with a serial number that will be registered with the state of South Carolina. And in the event the person who has issued Tyler's beacon goes missing, the traceable device can help locate them in an emergency situation. They want to help other families in the future from having to undergo the unimaginable heartache that they are suffering right now. And we're wanting to encourage South Carolina state legislation to mandate a law or enact a guideline to require safety beacons for specific outdoor activities like hunting and fishing in the state of South Carolina, because they feel like that, once if you go in the water or if you have an accident of any kind, whether it's water related or not, and you're out hunting, like what if we accidentally get shot? You could press that beacon, and if something were to happen, like let's say you got shot, but then that person turned around and left you there. Like, because you don't know what's going to happen. That beacon would automatically connect to the nearest cell tower, and it would activate 911 to let authorities know about your location. And you can actually have it set up to where it would actually reach out and, send a notification to people that you log into your on your device. It wouldn't just contact 911, but you could contact, I think there's a beacon that you can actually put in like 5 numbers. So we're just encouraging people to sign this one. And there's also another petition for Tyler, and I will go look that one up now so I can show you that one also. And here we go. This one is to remove South Carolina Department of Natural Resources from Tyler Doyle's case. And this one was started by Emily Ray. And she basically lists the reasons that we believe that South Carolina DNR has failed in their duty to conduct a thorough and unbiased investigation into this case. And we demand a change for justice and accountability. And she cites lack of transparency, delayed response, inadequate investigation, alleged bias, lack of accountability, and it is essential for us citizens who value justice and fairness within our state's law enforcement agencies that we demand immediate action by removing the SCDNR from handling Tyler Doyle's case. So if you guys can please, this one only has 754 signatures, and this goal, the next goal is 1,000. We really need to get this petition off the ground. And we appreciate you guys signing and sharing that. So we've tried that, Dawn, and they just continue to send us less and less every time we request it. So I feel like that's in vain because Caroline Pinckney knows who I am. She's not going to send me anything. She knows I have everything. The South Carolina legislation will finally receive the petition once it garners. We'd like to have as many signatures as possible, so that's why we're continuing. Because I'd like to send it to the governor. Yeah, it should already be in place, Ghost Eagle, but I don't think. I've had some people say, well, nobody's going to want to pay the extra additional fees onto the hunter's license, but my husband is a hunter, and he said that, your life is invaluable. Who wouldn't want to have that? I mean, we have air tags on different things because we don't even want to lose our keys. Why would you not want to air tag yourself if you have an accident? Melissa says, I would also be willing to lobby for a bill to be passed personally in Columbia. Melissa, that would be wonderful.
Wow.
I have to ask you, are you Melissa Edge from where I live in Horry County? Because I live here in Little River, and when I think of Edge, I think of Robert Edge Parkway. So I just had to ask because he's a staple in this community and a well-respected person. First mayor of North Myrtle Beach, in fact. Miranda says there is a solar beacon that you can put your health conditions in along with your basic info. $25. Miranda. See, this is what I'm saying. Thank you, Camille. Thank you. Yes, they do make one for your dogs. We have one for mine. That's me. Robert Edge was my father-in-law. Melissa, thank you so much for being here. Much respect to your family. We really just need to get this off the ground, because as a tax-paying citizen in this community, I feel like there's been a serious injustice that's happened. And if it's going to happen in Tyler's case, how many other cases have happened in this county where people go missing in the water, but there's not really an adequate investigation into what happened? And to prevent this future tragedy, we need to, hold these people accountable to make sure that people have the proper training and know-how when an investigation like this takes off, that we're going to have trusted law enforcement agents that are working for the DNR, or whether it's Horry County Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, whatever it needs to be, SLED. We want to make sure that these cases are being handled with seriousness and that families are treated with respect. And that, there's not an assumption that is just made from a situation, because it's not law enforcement's place to make assumptions. They look at the facts and the evidence. But if you didn't collect any evidence because you didn't set up a command center and you just let people go out and do whatever they want to, but also tell the family they have to make a list of who's out searching and that they're responsible for this and they're responsible for that, but all you do is sit out there and eat the family's food, get out of here with that mess. That's not what we're paying your salary for. And I expect people in this community to be more responsible if you're in a place of power like that. The abuse of power in South Carolina is real. We've all seen it in the Murdaugh case. And if you think that is the only time that this has ever happened in this state, you are wrong. But DNR was involved in that too. They know good and well. They called Murdaugh and told him about it, and he did not even let that young girl's parents down there to search for their daughter. That was a mess. That whole situation was a mess. And the Murdaughs were in power for more than 80 years. His family was in power at the solicitor's office for more than 80 years. It takes a village, guys, to stand up, to say this is wrong. And that's what we're doing here on Dutchess. Is we're taking a stand. And if there's an injustice, I know that Miranda, I'm hoping that she is going to be coming up to speak with us about some more injustice that's happened in the state of South Carolina. And we're going to have some future live streams possibly with her as soon as I can get up with her. Because I want to give people a voice to be able to talk about this, because this is my home. And it's important, and I care about this community, and I care about the Doyle family, and I care about the people that are here in this community and what happens to them. This could be your family. And it reaches out much further than South Carolina, because if it's happening here, guys, it could be happening where you live. And we've got to stand up for truth. Thank you, babe.
She had beef and cheese.
You had beef.
Slim Jim.
You had beef and cheese Slim Jim.
And fuzz because I couldn't get the package up quick enough.
Well, Petra is rotten. She got a beef and cheese Slim Jim when she went to the store with her daddy just now. Come here. You want to say hey? Can you say hey? I appreciate y'all all being here tonight. Is there anything else that you have, AJ, that you want to talk about before we wrap this up and bring it back next week?
No, not now. I'll finish loading up the rest of these phone records to the drive, because
Okay.
it's hard to read as it is, and then it can get so confusing. So anybody want to dive into it and point out what you can, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, anything that you guys contribute, we really appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys.
There's 100 pages, and like I will sit there and see the same thing and then think that I'm not seeing the same thing because that's all I'm staring at. It's ridiculous.
After a while, I just I have to log off because everything kind of just runs together.
And I have a hard time making myself do that. So
You got to be kinder to yourself. Take some free time, breathe some fresh air, and spend time with your family. You can only do so much. So she thinks she's getting these Reese's that my husband got me.
you know what? Those are the new ones, and they're so.
And she thinks they're for her. You already had a Slim Jim, Daddy just told me. No, you can't. It's no chocolate for you. But thank you so much for being here, AJ. And we are going to continue to work on this, and we will have some more things that we're going to talk about on the next live stream. And if you guys have questions, feel free to send it to, if you're in Discord, drop it in my Discord. You can always ask questions in the Facebook group, or I'd say send them to me, but sometimes I don't get all the messages. So
There's a contact form on the Clear Truth website too.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah. If you guys will please make sure that you have looked at the website, because that has all the information about Tyler's case involving the South Carolina DNR. And that is www.cleartruth.com. And we just appreciate y'all being here. I've been covering this case since, AJ, I don't know at what point you came into this case, but I was out there the night that it happened, so this has been a long time coming, and we're going to keep pressing for answers, and we're going to keep seeking the truth for the Doyle family, because they deserve closure, and they deserve respect, and they deserve answers. So
Definitely.
I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Please be kind. And on your way out, please press the like button and share this video out. Make sure that you're subscribed to Dutchess and that you turn on the notification bell and ring that notification bell to all, so that you can get all notifications on future live streams and videos that I might have. And if you became a member tonight, Thank you so much for joining the membership. I have exclusive members drops on my YouTube community wall. And if you're on the top 3 levels, you can come over to Discord. And we don't just talk about the Tyler Doyle case. There's several other cases that I'm covering. And, you know, there'll be some other live streams about other cases too, as well as Tyler Doyle. So I hope that you guys will join me for that. And I really appreciate all of you being here and being a part of finding the truth. So
Good night, guys.
and I'm going to play us a little video and take us out of here. And I really appreciate you guys so very much for supporting. And please put some hearts and prayer hands in the chat for Miss AJ. We always appreciate her being here, giving us the truth, dropping the truth bombs, letting us know what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, because that's why we're doing this, because the truth matters. So God bless everybody. I appreciate you all being here, and take care, y'all. Be kind, and I'll see you around on the social media streets.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. Search but you stay